in what will obviously and understandably be billed as a classic change of scenery trade. The Dallas Cowboys have moved away from former second-round pick Kelvin Joseph, shifting the cornerback on Tuesday's NFL Cutdown Day to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for former first-round pick Noah Igbenogany, who also plays cornerback. Joseph recently defiantly spoke out against critics who believed he might have been cut by the Cowboys as Tuesday's 53-man roster deadline approached. Nice articles. I ain't giving up, said Kelvin, and he doesn't have to give up, but he was indeed on the Cowboys bubble, just as Iggy was on the bubble in Miami. Did Joseph do enough to have the Cowboys retain him? Obviously not. Has he done enough to still be a prospect in the league? Obviously so. We projected Kelvin Joseph as being on the bubble here. He just hasn't quite shown enough. Forget the off-the-field trouble and the rap career and the involvement with police. Forgetting all of that, he hasn't done enough on the field. His attempts to be a special team helper were done in earnest late last year, but the Cowboys were still a little bit bothered that he wasn't good enough at cornerback. And now they've demonstrated that they've decided he's not good enough at cornerback. Of course, the bar is set high around here. Gilmore, Diggs, Bland, the top three guys to occupy those slots. Meanwhile, Iggy is a track guy, also 23, like Kelvin Joseph. Never quite got going in Miami, a former first-round pick, in part due to injuries. A track guy at Auburn and the son of a pair of track Olympians for Nigeria, his parents' homeland. He was a surprise first pick by the Dolphins. They had 3 first-round picks that year. Controversial in some ways, not because of his behavior, as was the case with Kelvin Joseph. Controversial because a lot of critics wondered what in the world the Dolphins were doing. Well, now the critics get to be right. And critics of Kelvin Joseph get to say that they're right as well. Kelvin Joseph is 23. Both these players are 23. He got a chance to start against Jacksonville late last year and then got benched. Jerry Jones went on the radio and said it's time for Kelvin Joseph to become a man. And maybe that is happening. But Kelvin Joseph now, it's also time for him to become a Dolphin. And it's time for Iggy to become a Cowboy. With the Cowboys in Frisco, Fish out.